Cyberster is a convertible sports EV inspired by classic MG Roadsters from the 1960s and 1970s. It's also relatively heavy for a two-door roadster. The Cyberster, an all-electric roadster, will be a unique proposition. With a 0 to 62 miles per hour pace of 3.2 seconds. Lamborghini-style scissor doors, typically found in extreme supercars and hypercars, will be a production feature. The Cyberster will be priced around $63,500 when it goes on sale in summer 2024. The British public had a first glimpse at it in metal at the Goodwood Festival of Speed. The MG Cyberster is 45-35mm long, 19-13mm wide, and 13-29mm height, with a 26-90mm wheelbase. It is 600mm longer than a Mazda MX-5, equivalent to the length difference between a Holden Commodore SS V8 sedan and a Hyundai i30 hatchback, and is similar in length and slightly broader than a new Porsche 911. But this is not surprising given that it is an electric vehicle. The curb weight ranges from 1850 to 1985 kg, depending on the configuration. The gross weight ranges from 2075 to 2210 kilograms. The appearance is fairly impressive, with scissor doors and stylish bumpers. The interior is lined with Nappa leather and dominated by a huge curved LCD screen. Don't worry, a steering yoke is optional on the Cyberster. A wheel comes standard. Depending on the variant, there are 19-inch or 20-inch alloy wheels with Pirelli P0 tires, Brembo brakes, and, as the MG China brochure emphasizes, suspension calibrated by an engineering firm in Italy rather than in-house in China. Two versions will be available, AWD and RWD. It is the most powerful and fastest accelerating production road automobile the business has ever produced. The entry-level rear-wheel drive vehicle is powered by a 231 kilowatt, 475 Newton-meter electric motor, and a 64 kilowatt-hour battery pack, capable of 0-100 kilometers per hour in 4.9 seconds, a top speed of 193 kilometers per hour, and a claimed driving range of 501 kilometers in lenient Chinese CLTC lab testing. The Cyberster is an all-electric vehicle with a massive battery pack mounted beneath the cabin floor. New numbers discovered on MG's Chinese website reveal 3 powertrain combinations, starting with the single-motor 64 kilowatt-hour battery variant, which has a 0-62 miles per hour time of 4.9 seconds, a top speed of 120 miles per hour, and a power output of 309 bhp. The maximum range is advertised as 301 miles, but this, and the other range figures below, are subject to the Chinese CLTC procedure, so don't anticipate it to carry over to UK cars. Buyers can choose a larger 77 kilowatt-hour battery, which boosts driving range to 580 kilometers CLTC and increases motor power to 250 475 Newton-meter, allowing for 0-100 kilometers per hour in 4.9 seconds, likely due to the higher weight, and a top speed of 195 kilometers per hour. Above is the single-motor variant, which has a massive 77 kilowatt-hour battery. Despite the larger battery and greater 335 bhp power output, it will still go from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 4.9 seconds, while top speed has been boosted to 121 now. Both single-motor Cybersters have 475 Nm of torque. The 77 kilowatt-hour single motor provides a range of 360 miles, CLTC. The premium all-wheel drive 77 kilowatt-hour variant has dual electric motors with 400 kilowatt and 725 Newton-meter, and is touted to be capable of 0-100 kilometers per hour in 3.2 seconds, 200 kilometers per hour flat out, and a 520 kilometers CLTC range. The dual-motor Cyberster is equipped with a 77 kilowatt-hour battery with 536 bhp and 725 Newton-meter of torque distributed to all four wheels. This allows for a 0-62 miles per hour time of 3.2 seconds and a top speed of 124 mph. With the emphasis on performance rather than efficiency, range suffers when compared to the single-motor version, with the dual-motor topping out at 323 miles, CLTC. The AWD variant will include a front-motor TZ128XS Aero 951 with 204 horsepower. The same electric motor drives the MG4. The second electric motor is located on the rear axle and is a 340 horsepower Hasco Group TZ230XY1301 engine. The MG Cyberster has a total power output of 544 horsepower, which is amazing for a roadster. According to MG, the top trim level can accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in approximately 3 seconds. Inside, Chinese models have an aircraft-style yoke steering wheel, though versions sold outside are expected to have a typical round wheel. In front of one 10.25-inch and two 7.0-inch screens ahead of the driver. Carl Gotham, head of SAIC's Advanced Design Office in Marylebone, spoke with Auto Express about the Cyberster's design process. "This is a big moment for MG, so it has to make a big impression," he says. "We wanted something that would stick out, something that was not overly timid or demure." Gotham and his team of 20 or so designers were allowed some unusual freedoms in the car's general appearance and packaging. The interior was designed by the core SAIC design team in Shanghai, which created a tech-heavy cabin inspired by gaming. The contentious yoke steering wheel is still being considered for the UK, although it will be accessible in other regions. The smaller, portrait-oriented screen on the dashboard is mostly used for auxiliary functions and climate control. Next to it is a stack of drive selector buttons, as well as various touch-sensitive switches for controlling drive modes and popular options like heated seats. Because this is still an early indicator of the future road car, this interior is thought to be about 90% production relevant, so we anticipate some minor adjustments to the layout when serial production begins. The Cyberster concept was created at SAIC's London office as an ultimate reimagining of the MG Roadster. Its design resulted from bridging the gap between MG's past and a modern future influenced by gaming and future technology. The road car's design has undergone significant revisions, including the removal of the LED stripe along the side and the adoption of more realistic proportions. Interestingly, the majority of the concept's design aspects, such as the driver-focused interior and scissor doors, have made it onto the production model.